on, and we're recording with the great, the powerful, the sexy, blonde-haired Kyle Kulinski. Thank you for always joining the channel. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me because every one of your videos goes crazy viral. So thank you.
You're very welcome.
I just wanted to have you on quickly, just to be like 10, 15 minutes. Everyone kind of knows you already, but just kind of wanted to do like a quick this or that with you. Some fun little topics. A lot of people know a lot about you. I think they've heard it all on Kyle and Corin anyway, but kind of just to refresh some minds. So first off, just how was your vacation? I know you were away last week. Was everything good?
Yeah, it was cool. I would say even though it was a vacation, I still worked the whole time.
Yeah.
Because you just can't get away from the news, and it's just nonstop. So I was busy, but yeah, it was nice. We were in Charleston. We were on the water. It was like 68 degrees every day. We played a little bit of golf. So yeah, it was fun. It was cool. We did a whole bunch of stuff. We went to a nice dinner one night, like a nice expensive restaurant. We rarely do that, so I wanted to try that out.
Your perfect vacation, I feel like, right? I've been to North Carolina I think it was North Carolina with you.
Yeah.
I feel like a perfect vacation for you is something like that. Just low key on the beach, beautiful, like not too hot, not too cold, don't have to travel too far, and kind of just get to chill for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit. I guess I'm a little bit of a workaholic. Like I like to keep working even while I'm on vacation. But yeah, beach. I love beaches, golf courses, 70 degrees, tropical. Like that's my shit.
Yep.
You don't want to catch. I'm not going anywhere cold.
Yep.
You're not going to catch me anywhere cold dead. Not a chance. Fuck the cold.
Yep.
I'm team summer all the way. And yeah, low key for sure. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go on vacation and then have to feel like I want a vacation from the vacation.
Yep.
Like, you know, you have kids.
Yeah.
If you've ever taken them to, like, Disney World or Disneyland or anything like that, like, you know, that is more than a full-time job.
Yeah.
More than a full-time job.
Yep.
Because then when you get back, you're like, I'm tired. You're supposed to feel refreshed after vacation, and you're like, I'm fucking tired.
I get fed all of these, like, weird news stories. I don't know what it is. I think I clicked one time on, like, maybe, like, someone murders someone, and now I get, like, the weirdest news stories fed to me. And now it's, like, targeted at, like, certain venues, so I just keep getting all these, like, weird Disney stories. And I just got one where a lady left her daughter in the stroller at like the stroller spots so she can go on the roller coasters. And they're like,
oh no.
At first it was just a picture, and then another video got fed where it was the video of it, and you kind of see a blanket over all the, like, there's all the strollers in the corner, and then there's one that has a blanket over it, and you kind of see some legs kicking a little bit, and like someone was recording it. And then eventually, like, the Disney staff goes over and sees, like, a baby chilling in there. And I think it came out that the baby was, like, 7 or 8 or something like that. Like, kind of like Nix's age, who's, like, old enough to kind of know what's going on. And at first, I was like, damn, like, how could someone do that? And then, like, I was like, I kind of am on that parent's side. I was like, sometimes, like, the kid doesn't want to go on the ride. And you're like, no, you're going on this ride. We just waited 50 minutes. Like, and you put the stroller to the side. So, like, that parent I kind of sided with, but then there was another lady who like stabbed her son like at the hotel or something. So like, kind of that lady deserves to go out. All right, let's start the this or that, because then we're gonna record on your channel after. Quick, we'll start with some easy ones out the gate. Cats or dogs?
In the past, I would have said dogs for sure. As I've gotten older, definitely cats. I know you don't like to hear that because you're allergic to
I know.
them.
That's why I wanted to ask you, because I feel like you've changed on it.
So we have a dog and 2 cats.
Yep.
And what I can say, I love all of them. Love them completely. But the dog is like 10 times more work. And the cats, there's this meme that goes around. It's like on a cold winter morning, and it says dog owners, and you see a picture, and cat owners, and you see a picture. For dog owners, they're out there in like 20 degrees,
Doing
snow
magic.
coming down, walking the dog. For cat owners, it's just them sound asleep with the cat next to them, like chilling.
Yep.
And that really sums it up. Like, we have some outgoing cats too, so they still have personality and they still show you love, but it's a good amount, and you don't have to do shit for them other than feed them, which is easy, change the water, which is easy, do the litter box, which is easy.
Yep.
And so you got this little, like, cute little fur ball running around and just wants to, like, give you love and then not bother you. Whereas the dog is like, I can pet Phoebe for 15 minutes, pet her belly for 15 minutes, and walk away, and she's like, no, you're just getting started, bro. You need 4 hours in this bitch. Like, I don't know what you think you're doing. You better come back here.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely. Now I would say cats for sure. Although, so everybody knows, I still love dogs.
Yeah.
I still love dogs. I guess I'm an animal person in general.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick one, I'm going cats.
Okay, bet. Yeah. We were just at a friend's house this weekend, and they just got a new dog, and they have like 3 dogs too. Like they're like massive dogs, and we were eating like my daughter was over. They were eating dinner, and they kind of had this big bowl of pasta out. And the guy was like, "Hey, did you put the food away?" She was like, "Yeah." Like they were kind of drinking a little bit. They're like, "Did you put the stuff away?" And then, like 10 minutes later, Molly went in the kitchen. The dog was like, took a picture of it. It was face first in this pot of pasta, just going to town. And the dog like looked up, like, "Well, I'm not allowed to do this shit." And then basically like, you gotta like cover your tracks. I guess for a cat too, but for a dog more so, you gotta really like lock shit up because they'll get into everything.
Phoebe's eaten a whole cake before, and she's eaten a whole pizza, like a full ass pizza.
OD.
So yeah, you can't fuck around. Our cats are always hungry too, and they'll try to steal some shit off your plate.
Yeah.
But they don't eat nearly as much.
Yeah.
So with a dog, it's a much bigger problem.
Yeah, and they get into your garbage and all that shit. All right, coffee or tea in the morning? I think I know the answer to this one.
Coffee, 100%.
Coffee. But were you ever a tea guy? Didn't you have like a green tea?
Oh yeah, maybe like. For 3 or 4 months, I was like fucking around with tea, and green tea is supposed to give you energy, so maybe I was fucking around with that.
Okay.
But it's definitely coffee.
And how do you drink your coffee?
So now, honestly, these days I'm more of a caffeine pill guy because I'm lazy.
Okay.
And they sell caffeine pills at Vitamin Shop. You pop 2 of those, and that's the equivalent of a cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a little pick me up, just pop one of them. But when I have coffee, let's see. So I like getting like the Starbucks Frappuccino things from the store.
Yeah, banging. Yeah,
so
like
I'll get
in that glass bottle.
One of those. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I'll get one of those I like. And if I were to have it at somebody's house, I would say I'd look and see what kind they have. If I have a choice, I'd probably pick like a hazelnut coffee or something like that.
Banging.
Pour some sugar in there, a little bit. I'm like a medium amount of milk or creamer guy. I don't like it a lot, to the point where the coffee's like not even brown anymore, and I don't like straight black coffee. So I'm like medium on the amount of sugar and the amount of like creamer or milk in there.
Okay, but no like set like I need 3 sugars and like some milk. Like you'll kind of just like play with that shit. Okay.
Yeah, because most of the time I have coffee is probably just like a frappuccino from the store. So yeah, I would say if I'm at somebody's house and they have like one of the Keurig things, that's when I'll just pick one of the cups and then I'll put in myself a little bit of milk or a little bit of creamer and like maybe three sugars or 3 Splendas or whatever the fuck. But I don't have like a rigid order, no.
Okay, bet. Yeah, I'm a sucker for the ones that say. I think there's a Universal like donut shop one.
Yeah.
I'm always like, this one's gonna taste so bang, and it says donut shop, and then they have like a sprinkled donut on the cover, and I'm like, and it tastes like just the fucking same as all the other ones.
I know, I agree, because I always agree with like the way the donut looks so delicious on the thing. I'm like, give me that one.
Yeah.
It's like, it just tastes like regular coffee.
Tastes the same shit. All right, pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
Pizza. Any type of pizza, or you just like cheese straight through?
So I've made the controversial statement. I don't know if there's any such thing as bad pizza.
Facts.
Yeah, like you can give me like on a scale of 1 to 10, you can give me some cheap ass from the grocery store frozen shit that's supposed to be like a 3 out of 10 or a 2 out of 10, and I'll probably like it.
Yep.
So my preference is I like it when it's sort of thick and doughy. Pause.
Okay.
But like I like thick and doughy. I don't like thin and crispy as much.
So more Chicago-y.
More Chicago-y, but Chicago is in like a category of its own.
Yeah, they're
it's
a
its
little
own
OD
thing.
with it.
Yeah, but like Sicilian pizza is like if I had to pick, and that's an option. I like Sicilian pizza, which is thicker, doughy, cheesy. But I'm on toppings. I'm game for almost anything except for the obvious extreme ones. Don't put no fucking anchovies on my shit.
Pineapples?
Right? Don't put. So I have had Hawaiian pizza.
Okay.
As I've said in the past, I'm the one person in the world that does not have an extreme opinion on pineapple on pizza, because half the people are like, this shit is disgusting.
Yeah, I'm out on
and
it.
the other half are like, this is the best thing I've ever had.
Yeah.
And me, I'm just like, I'm in the middle on it.
So you're
I
cool
can
with
take
it.
it, I could leave it. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I wouldn't say cool with it. I'm okay with it. Where if that's what they got, okay, fine. We're housing this.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm pretty wide variety of toppings I'm cool with on the pizza, but I'm not the biggest pepperoni guy.
Okay. Are you staying up late to do your stuff, or are you waking up early to lock
Staying
in.
up late.
Staying up late.
Staying up late.
Yeah.
I have my whole life, I've been late to bed, early to rise. My whole life, I've never
Late to bed,
deviated
early.
from that.
Oh, so you don't even sleep in?
I'm sorry. My bad. Late to bed, late to rise.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant to say.
I was like,
so like,
well, because some people are unique like that, you know, like. And,
yeah, no. I'm not a super sleeper.
Okay,
I'm the opposite of a super sleeper.
Okay.
I'm like, I need like at least 8 hours of sleep. I would do better with 9 or 10.
Okay.
I'm one of those people. I'm like I need a lot of sleep kind of guy.
Yep.
But I would say the time I go to bed varies. If I go to bed early, I'd say it's like 11:30. If I go to bed late, I'd say it's like 1:30 or maybe 2.
Oh, wow.
And my ideal wake-up time, I can wake up any time from like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. But my ideal wake-up time is usually 9 a.m.
Yeah, that's a butter zone.
That's always how I've been.
Okay.
Yeah.
Couple more. Ice cream or cake?
Ooh, that's a tough one. So my instinct is almost... So, okay, let's think about this. There are so many different varieties and flavors of ice cream that are super banging.
Mm-hmm.
So, but gun to head, if I had to pick one, I'm probably going ice cream.
I like that answer.
But at the same time, the bangingest cake in the world is gonna defeat the best ice cream, in my opinion.
Wow.
And
that's a hell of a fucking argument.
But the problem with cake, though, is that there are a lot of cakes that are so whatever that just any standard ice cream would defeat most cakes. You see what I'm saying?
100%. I align with that whole argument. That shit made me mad.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. It's so true, though, right?
But I'm on the cliffhanger of like which you would choose because that's two good ass arguments. Like, do you take the best ass cake, or do you take ice cream, which you know is always going to be there?
Consistency.
Yeah,
it's always the So if you're right. I kind of almost contradicted myself there because what I'll say is, if I have to pick one, I'm going with the bangingest cake. I'm going with the best cake.
Okay.
So I don't know how you feel about it, but I love strawberry shortcake. I love that shit.
I fuck with it.
Yeah, strawberry cake from like the grocery store, from the bakery, where they got the strawberries on top.
Yeah.
And if you get the right sort of yellow cake in that bitch, oh my God.
And it's like nice and moist and shit. Yeah.
Nice and absolutely.
Yeah.
So I would go with that over ice cream. So I'll pick cake. But in terms of consistency, as a general rule, any old ice cream is going to be better than any old cake.
Yeah, I like that argument. I also started thinking as you were saying that though, there's a lot of different categories of cake too. Like there's some cheesecake, then there's like creme brulee, which could almost be a type of cake shit. But then there's like ice cream cones, there's ice cream pops, there's like the WWF wrestler type ice cream shit. Like that's all ice cream too. So
true.
That one's
true.
Once you start throwing in other shit, because I'm a big like waffle cone ice cream guy, I think for me I might have to go ice cream on that bitch.
Yeah, honestly, I think if you were to poll people, I think most people would say ice cream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like the Air Jordan of desserts.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Absolutely. It's like saying, do you like Coke or RC Cola better? Like, people are just going to say Coke.
100%.
Because Coke is Coke.
Yep.
It's a staple. Ice cream is a staple, which is why, to me, the consistency gives it so many points.
Yep.
But if I had to pick, if I'm on death row and they say, you want ice cream or cake, you can pick whatever ice cream or whatever cake you want, I'm probably going to go with the number one cake.
Wow. I think on death row I'm going ice cream. But it also could be too cold, and that could be like the like way you go out. Cake.
True.
Yeah. I think you swayed me to cake.
But what I like about ice cream though is like if you go to sometimes we'll go to the grocery store and they'll just be like, let's just get ice cream. Everybody pick one ice cream.
Yep.
And that process is awesome. That process is phenomenal because there are so many options. And now I'm at a point in my life, and I've done this probably for the past 2 years.
Yep.
I'll experiment with whatever ice cream shit.
You're a lot different than I am. I'm on the side of there's too many shits. Like I go to my cookies and cream, I go to coffee, or I go to those little friendly cups now. And it's like either the peanut butter one or the birthday cake one. Mm-hmm. So I give you props because when I worked at the ice cream store and a kid would come in and like we had mad flavors, I'd be like, yo, you know what you're getting, bro. Like you could look through everything. But so shout out to you because maybe I got to start venturing out because there are mad shits where I'm like, maybe I should try it.
I highly recommend it. Bro, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I will try some shit. One time I closed my eyes and picked some shit.
But here's my thing,
and I was like, yo, this is actually really good.
Here's my thing. Like to get me out to a supermarket and like pick some shit is legwork. So if I pick the wrong one and I sit down on the couch ready to butterize and watch a show and I'm like, I picked the strawberry banana shit that is horrible, now my night's fucked up.
But see, here's the trick. That's why you make it a whole thing with the family. So you get Molly, you get all the girls to come. You say everybody could pick one thing. And even let them, if they want to pick a carton, get the carton.
Genius.
So this way, if your shit is fucked up, well, don't worry, because one of the girls got cookies and cream, and you go right to the cookies and cream.
That's.
I'm telling you, it's a science. It's a science.
One of the most genius things I've seen right now, and I don't know if it's a trend, but I've seen a couple videos, is like you'll have like when we used to chill in your basement, there'd be like 5-6 people there. They have this new thing now where everyone will spend $30 on like a DoorDash, and like they each get their own thing. So like the first thing comes, and one guy got like Mexican tacos, quesadilla from his spot, up to $30. You'll get like Italian and like fries and burgers and all this shit. And like each 6 people get their most banging meal. And it's kind of similar to the ice cream effect where it's like everyone got their banger. So if your night was off at the Mexican spot, I could be like, yo, Kyle, let me try that Italian spot you got. And now you just put me on for some banging meal that you had.
I'm telling you, man, and don't be afraid to experiment, dog, because I remember one time I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna close my eyes and pick some shit. I got peach flavored ice cream, and when I got it, I was like, I'm not sure this is gonna be good. Then I ate it, and I was like, this shit is banging.
Yeah.
And so you can surprise yourself. Mm-hmm. You can surprise yourself. You'll be like, did I just get some cherry, whatever shit? And then you eat it, and you're like, the cherry shit's actually not that bad, bro.
All right.
So I'm telling you, it's smart. It's smart to. That's the thing about ice cream. It's so consistent. You can take the risks.
Yeah, that's fast.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 2 more. I think I know this one because your Google search history exposed or your last 10 text messages exposed. And I know our text messages, so there's some like just weird like pictures of like stuff in the grocery store. It could be like a weird meme. So what do you think?
So I would say my last 10 Google search, it's all going to be stuff related to the show.
Yeah, true.
You know, so it's all going to be like Donald Trump this or
love that.
True, but I mean it's relatively banal for that reason. So if I'm just trying to make people see banal shit, then that. But if I want people to have some fun, then I'd say the text messages.
True, I like that.
Because, to see the text messages, there's fucked up shit in there, but it's also endearing because you feel like, oh, this is like I'm talking to my friend. He's just like my friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, but if I want to be banal, I'd say the Google searches for that reason. Yeah.
True. All right, last one. What's a hill you'll die on no matter what? Do you have any like thing that you're like, people should stop doing this? This works. I'll never do this. Anything.
Oh, a hill I'll die on no matter what. If I'm driving down the road and somebody's coming out of a side road and they get in front of me, it is on you to make sure I don't have to tap my brakes even a little bit.
I like that one.
If I have to tap my brakes even a tiny bit to allow you to keep going, you fucked up.
I like that a lot.
You fucked up. I shouldn't have to. If I got the right of way, I'm on the road, and you get in front of me, bitch, you better make sure you press that pedal and make sure you keep it moving.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a hill I would die on. Is that? Yeah, I have a lot of pet peeves when it comes to driving.
Yeah.
I'm a very New York driver.
Yep.
Where I'll criticize everybody for everything. If you're going faster than me, you're a fucking psycho. If you're going slower than me, you're a bitch.
But as you should. I think New Yorkers are some of the best drivers. I think we have like a weird Fast and Furious blood that is just ingrained in us, that we have the right temperament to drive. We know what people should and shouldn't be doing. So like we already know everyone in Florida can't drive. They don't use their blinkers. Everyone in like the Midwest doesn't know how to drive in the rain. California, they suck at driving.
Bro, in Virginia, you can, like, a light will turn green.
Yeah.
And the person in front of you will just sort of sit there for like
not
4 or
happening.
5 more seconds. And I'm like, that 5 seconds felt like 3 months.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? You better press on my pedal.
Yeah.
And to your point, in New York, that shit doesn't happen.
That shit turns green and you're getting honked immediately for not, like, it's
100%
universal that like once you get honked, you turn around like almost like one, you look in your rear view, you're like, who the fuck is this? This shit just turned green. So like, but I'm that same person where if that shit turns green and you don't go instantaneously, I'm gonna give a little tap on my bitch for you.
Yeah, they gotta know.
Yeah.
They gotta know, like, bro, the shit is green. This is not your living room. Like, you better focus.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see no shit. If you're changing lanes, you better put your fucking blinker on and change lanes when you have the time to change lanes. Don't fucking, like, try to cut off in front, or don't put your blinker on. Like, there's rules to this shit, and you gotta do it right. Don't fucking do any other shit, or fuck you.
I got one last one. Sorry, a bonus one. Before you're going to bed, are you on YouTube watching videos, or are you scrolling Twitter, X for your content?
So there's two answers to that. The first answer is through the process of getting to bed, both. So I'll probably go back and forth between Twitter, Blue Sky, and YouTube.
Okay.
But as I get closer to the actual time I fall asleep, it's YouTube. And I'm the type to, I'll play a video that's a long video, and I'll pick one that I'm like, I'm cool if I fall asleep to this one. Like, I don't actually need to listen to everything closely.
Yeah.
And I'll play it. I'll have my headphones in. I'll play it. And then usually when I'm a quarter way in or halfway in, I'll fall asleep to a video.
Oh, wow.
And there are times that, like, let's say I fall asleep, let's say 12, I fall asleep, right? There are times I've woken up at like 3 a.m. with my laptop still on my lap, and I put the laptop to the side, you know? So I have a whole thing. I'm one of those guys. I've always been the type of person, I want a TV on, or I want
Same.
or I want the computer on my lap listening to some shit.
Yep.
If you tell me you're not allowed to do that and fall asleep, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but what I do is the brightness on my screen, as I get closer to bedtime, I bring it down until I'm at the one brightness shit.
Oh, damn.
And then I'll fall asleep to that, yeah.
Damn, one brightness? I feel like the screen is like barely even on at that point.
So, yeah, but the thing is, right before bed, I'll turn the TV off at some point, right? And so the TV will be off, the room will be pitch black, and then you have the screen in front of you.
Yeah.
And when it's that dark in the room, once you
it.
get it down to the one, it's fine. You can see it perfectly fine, and then you fall asleep.
Butter. Yeah. And I give you respect for at least having your headphones on, because I've had this battle with Molly for years where I'll try and... I still watch in the living room now, and I'll fall asleep, and then 1 o'clock I'll like come into bed. But when I do watch in bed, she's like, can't you just put some headphones on and like watch the shit because it's so loud? I'm like, nah, fuck that. So props for wearing headphones.
I'll tell you what swayed my opinion on this. What swayed my opinion on it was the kids. Because one of the kids would walk around listening to YouTube shorts or videos.
Yep.
And I had to hear what they were listening to. And first of all, for whatever reason, it is so loud.
Yeah.
When the kids are like, they are listening to it on blast.
Molly
so first you
listens
tell
to
them lower
audiobooks, and I'm like, yo, turn that shit
It's so loud.
off.
Yeah. So first move I go with lower it. But then I realized that even when they had the volume low, if I heard it at all, I would low-key be sort of like super annoyed by it.
Yeah, that's probably even worse, I feel like.
So then we got to the point where I was like, if you're listening to something in the house, put your headphones on, period. Just put it on. And so seeing that in them made me think, I feel bad putting Crystal through having to listen to some shit when she's trying to fall asleep, so I just throw my headphones in and I fall asleep like that. So it's sort of it's the default now. Like 90% of the time when I'm sitting next to Crystal, if I'm listening to something, I'll have my headphones in.
So you're like a New York City taxi driver that's always got his headphone in.
Yeah, basically. No, basically, yeah, I have it in all the time.
That's one thing now where it's like sometimes, even at like, I'm helping out at this food service, and like people always have a headphone in their ear, and I don't know, like they'll say some shit, and it's one of that like age old, like, oh, is that to me? And sometimes it is, and sometimes they're on the phone, and I'm like, that shit kind of pissed me off a little bit, where I'm like, you said some shit that directly sounded like it was to me. I responded to it, and then you hit me with like a nah, it wasn't for you. And it was like, you need a step further away, so at least I don't get confused that you're not talking to me about some shit.
You know what I hate so much? And tell me if you agree, I'm curious. You know the headphones, have you ever used AirPods?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, have you ever had the noise reduction on those shits?
Yeah, that you can't hear shit, right?
You can't hear shit. I hate noise reduction. Hate it.
For
I
you
despise
or for
it.
or just like in general?
For me. If I put headphones in and they have noise reduction, I almost start feeling sick.
Yeah, it's
right away.
Blocks everything out.
It blocks everything out, but it just feels bad. It just feels like I feel dizzy, I feel uncomfortable,
Oh, really?
I have no sense of what's around me. And so even if you lower, because you could adjust the level of the noise reduction, even if you put me on the lowest level shit, I'm like, I just need the noise reduction off. I want to be able to, because I'm already blocking out enough. By having this shit in my ear, I'm already blocking out enough noise from around me. And I also kind of want to know what's going on around me, even while I listen to some shit.
Yep.
So I don't understand why anybody loves noise reduction.
Yeah.
The other thing I don't get is, I'm generally not big on AirPods either, because I don't want to have to charge some other shit.
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm fine with the wire because I could just plug this bitch in and go.
Yeah.
But if you give me AirPods, I got to charge them?
Yeah,
I can barely keep up with the shit I got to charge now. I got to charge multiple laptops. I got to charge my phone. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? For me, I've charged vapes too. Like, I charge so much shit. I'm not trying to charge some other shit.
Then, like, the left side will stop working, and then they'll start blinking on your case, and then it's like, the left side works, the right side don't, like... I've had so many AirPods. I got 3 right here. Look at this shit. I don't use these bitches because it's like 2 of them I can't configure. 1, the left side works, the right side works. Like, fuck that. I just like plug in.
Bro, it wasn't an improvement.
No.
This is the thing that's so annoying about today is like they'll come out with some shit and force it on you and act like it was an improvement.
Yeah.
It's like this wasn't an improvement. This was a lateral move. Like
Yeah.
I get some people prefer the AirPods to the wired shits. I understand that.
Yeah.
But don't pretend like it's objectively better.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when they got rid of the home button on the iPhones,
Yeah,
acting
no,
like
they're
it was
bugging.
some big deal. Like, what's the difference if you have the home button or don't pretend like this is some huge, oh my god, this is amazing. No, it's fucking not.
Yeah.
It was a button, and now it's not a button.
Yeah.
Like, who fucking cares? Why are we supposed to spend an extra $300 getting this instead of that? Like, fuck off.
Yeah. Well, okay, here's a hot take, and this is one that I hope never comes back, but like, why'd they get rid of just Velcro on sneakers? Why'd they even put laces in them bitches?
Ooh. That's a good point, man.
Like,
That's a
it's
good
so,
point.
like,
I haven't thought of
don't like
Velcro
my
in a
kids
hot
wearing
minute.
Velcro shoes, but it's so easy for them to just like shoop, and you're done. You could tighten
Easy,
it.
bro.
You could like
Easy.
retighten it. You don't have to worry about like, oh, does your kid know how to tie their shoes? Like, no, bitch. Everyone Velcros them.
I know. It's like the same with digital clocks and regular clocks.
Yes.
Like, why does anybody have a regular clock anymore? Why?
Unless it's
That
some
doesn't make any
vintage
fucking
thing.
sense.
Yeah. No, unnecessary. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for hopping on. I appreciate it.
Of course,
that was
bro.
a little this or that. Hopefully, we'll be back on. We can ask you some more, update the questions, and rock out some more. But that was Kyle's this or that. Got to know him a little bit better. Thank you again, brother.
My pleasure, dude.
All right.